Well, this can completely backfire on me, but we're gonna roll with it. My name's Nicole Shearouse, CEO with Greg Luther Coaching. Most of you know me, but I am coming to you in the evening hours from my office, shocking, after I've had a conversation with my husband about the recent things that we've been covering, which has been a lot to do with branding yourself and also putting yourself out on video and getting outside of your comfort zone. So it got me thinking that I know we've done articles on it and you've heard us talk about it on coaching calls, but I kind of wanted to do it in a different perspective so that you guys could really just get out of your own way and be comfortable and pull off that Band-Aid. So obviously, doing video, it's the way of the world. Putting your messaging out there, your calls to action, your offers, everything out in social media and dissemination into the virtual land, that's the way the world's going. And if you don't keep up with it, you're going to be left behind. And that is also how people are starting to get to know you. They're seeing your messaging, your offers, your personality, and how that is becoming your brand. Your brand isn't your logo. It's not the colors you wear. It's not the brokerage you're with. The brand is you as a person. So a lot of you know, we just talked about this recently, I think on a coaching call, how Greg, he is a no BS coach. People know his brand as no BS, straight shooter, blunt, multiple horse owner because he has multiple horses for racing. He has Honey, his dog. He wears Robert Graham shirts. Everybody knows this about him. A lot of you know about me. If you've been with me long enough, I've been doing this for 11 years with Greg, but you know that I have 2 children. I was previously married, and then I was divorced, and then I was single, and now I'm remarried. I live in Tampa. That I am Greg's kind of implementer. He's the visionary. I run the operations side. He gives me the vision. I bring it to life. So you understand those components. And when you're doing that type of messaging for your own prospects and for your own leads and for your own list, they get to know you better. And you want them to really just know who you are. So when you do actually have those in-person meetings, it feels very comfortable and familiar. You are not a stranger to them anymore. When we go to the retreats or we're at our events, you guys know Greg. You feel very comfortable coming up. You feel like you know him. You feel like you know me because of this interaction, because you've gotten to be a part of our worlds. So you need to start inundating video into your life and just figuring out things to talk about. Blend a bit of your personality and what's going on in your personal world with the real estate world. They get to kind of consume that information, and in the background, you're still giving offers and unique selling propositions and calls to action so that when they have a timing of a real estate need, they'll call you and they'll think, man, like she has a great personality. He has a great personality. He's this. He really knows his stuff. I saw all these videos. He really understands the new construction market. She brought me on this whole home tour of this neighborhood. Doing that gets them to know you, like you, trust you. You're immediately building that trust, credibility, and authority, and you're doing it in a way that feels comfortable. People are used to going to YouTube. They're watching videos. They're watching Reels. They're going on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube TV, all of the things. So when you're putting out something, as long as it has helpful information in it, they will listen. So a couple tips to get you more comfortable in video, and just be yourself. Look, this is not the normal shtick that you see me, but it is what it is. It was on my brain. I wanted to come do this and get this off my chest and talk about it right now. But a couple quick tips. Number 1, always start with some sort of strong introduction with an inquisitive grabber. You probably only have about 3 seconds to capture their attention and get them like watching. So position your statements with something that kind of is like, wait a minute, what's going on here? If you rewind to the beginning of this video, did anybody notice what I did? I did it with intention of sitting here like this saying, well, this can completely backfire on me, but we're gonna roll with it. Automatically, I'm sure you guys were thinking, what is this? This isn't what Nicole looks like. This isn't how she normally presents herself. So it wanted you to probably watch a little bit more. If not, and you you hit stop or you moved on, it is what it is. But number 1, you need an inquisitive grabber. So think about those ways that you could structure a reverse call to action to get them to watch. Or if you're going to showcase something with new construction or baby boomers or whatever your offers are, cash offer, speak their language, but create it in a way that they're going to want to consume. Number 2, education. Make sure you have kind of a map of what you want to say, so you're giving them strong education in the guts of your presentation. That's the main parts that you're talking about. You want to make sure that it's clear and detailed. It could be as detailed as needed. If it's good education, they will keep listening. It could be a 3-hour presentation. It could be 10 minutes. It could be 20 minutes. So it just depends on how well you're educating them and if you're talking through something that makes sense. If you're all over the board, you're going to lose them. So make sure, number 2, education, you do that education phase and you have all of your meat of what you want to say blended with your personality coming out of your mouth. And then number 3 is a clear call to action. So you want to end any of your videos with something that gets them to take a step with you. That could be something simple. It doesn't need to be a call me right now, I want to list your house. Nothing in your face like that. It could just say, hey, for more information, if you're interested, go ahead and give me a call or shoot me a text at 555 and say your phone number. That's more of a sales related call to action. But if you're looking for channel growth, you might want to say, if you found this helpful, I'd love to bring all of the residents in this area tips on home buying and home selling. Follow and like this channel for more. You're giving them an action, a call to action that they are to take and follow. You're also teaching them that you're a leader and that you're trying to get them to do something. So make sure you do that. Introduction, inquisitive grabber, education, and a clear call to action. A couple other quick tips for camera and being fairly, comfortable with your setup. You don't need tons of gear. You don't need tons of equipment. We're on camera all the time and we've built up our gear over the years, but it used to just be us doing selfie style on our phones. It used to be just a quick zoom and we would hope that the microphone and the computer picked us up. But little by little, we've integrated a couple things. We have a microphone. You want good audio. If they can't hear you or if it's squelching or crackling, they will stop listening. People are willing to watch bad video or weird video if it's like pixelated, but they're not willing to listen to bad audio. So always make sure you have some sort of quality microphone and you do an audio check. Don't just post something without playing it back. You want to also make sure that you have lighting in front of your face. So you don't want to put lighting behind you because you will cast a shadow and that will just make you look dark and dreary. So make sure you put lighting in front of your face so that way you look a little bit bright and cheery. Like picture, I'm looking into the sun, the warmth of the sun on my face. We don't want you looking like a shadow in the darkness. Also make sure you have a clean wall or space behind you. So I always come here in my office, or if I'm doing it somewhere else, I make sure that it's something that makes sense to me, or it's not distracting where they're paying more attention to some crazy poster on the wall, or there's trash all over, or if it's in the kitchen and there's liquor bottles and wine everywhere and people start wondering, were you partying? Or what were you just doing? And they're not listening to your video. So make sure you have a clean wall behind you or a clean space, something that's presentation worthy. If you don't have one, Amazon has tons of backdrops, easy to buy, easy to set up, and they look really nice. And if you are using a digital one, just make sure it makes sense. There's a lot of ones that Zoom and the different interfaces offer, but if you're just like floating in the middle of the ocean and like you're trying to do a presentation, that wouldn't make sense. So make it make sense. And then finally, some other tips that are helpful is if you are not sure exactly what you want to talk about and you want to make sure you hit certain points, put a Post-it note with bullet points up by your camera. So that way you can stay on track and you don't lose eye contact with the camera. Now, I happen to not have any bullet points or anything posted to my camera here because I knew what I wanted to say and I'm very comfortable talking about this. But if you want to make sure that you're not missing any points when you're doing, say, the Luther letter videos where we have Greg Luther letter that you're going to mail out on behalf of your buyer, so you need to maybe hit all the points of that video that we teach you about, put them on a Post-it pad. Put the Post-it up by your camera and then you can casually glance at your camera and nobody knows. So a couple tricks there, good lighting, good audio, good backdrop, cheat sheet of bullet points by a camera if needed. So anyway, I want everybody to get comfortable. Whatever that means for you, go figure it out. If you're more comfortable in a certain setting than others, make sure it's quiet around you, whatever that setting is. But pull off the Band-Aid, start doing video. If you want to put on a special shirt, if you want to put on an outfit, if you want to do this, whatever it takes. Or throw your hair up in a messy bun and throw some earrings on and you're wearing a sweatshirt and call it a day. All right, guys, go make some videos, pull the Band-Aid. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Hey, it's Greg Luther, and listen, if you don't follow this channel, there's a good chance you're never going to see me again. I consistently put out regular content, and it's extremely helpful for real estate agents to grow their business. I want to keep you up to date on what's working so that you're in the know and you can take action accordingly. So be sure that you like and comment here, but most importantly, make sure you follow, share, and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on anything. I'm here to help you in growing your business, and I'd love to do so. Follow right now.